Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Optic Scumpy here today bringing you my ESWC post vlog. I apologize for the later upload time. I actually took a nap. As you guys know, well, if you've traveled overseas, jet lag is a pain in the butt, and I'm currently suffering from that. I slept like 18 hours the first day, woke up at 6 a.m. this morning, and I had to take a nap, dude. I was so drained. I'm still physically drained. I don't feel like 100% yet, but hopefully that switches up here in the next couple of days. We won. Hold on, where's my medal? Where the hell's my medal? I think it's downstairs. Oh no, here it is. Never mind. Hold on. Let me get this shit real quick. Oh, look at that! First win in Infinite Warfare, looking good on the neck. There's a trophy as well. We're getting it shipped to the house at the moment, but yes, we finally won our first Infinite Warfare tournament. It feels incredibly good. A lot of people were doubting us, saying, you know, you guys aren't as good as you were in the other games, stuff like that. I think that we're very, very talented at this game. I think we're very, very good. I think Atlanta, we were the best team there. Honestly, in my opinion, I think we were the best team in Atlanta. I mean, United won. Congrats to them. But I still feel like deep down that we were the best team at Atlanta. Maybe not showing it as much as we did at ESWC, but I still feel like we were the best team there. We put a lot of time in, a lot of practice in before those two events. And honestly, I'm pretty happy with the placings. We got second at the bigger of the two, which is a little bit annoying, but we still did come out with a win at ESWC, which is nice. Now, let's talk about ESWC's layout and event structure a little bit. It was a little weird. They had Just Dance there, as well as League of Legends and Clash Royale. And I can't even hate on Just Dance because the game was more poppin' than COD was. I mean, maybe not in terms of the amount of people watching it at the event, but in terms of people, there were people in the crowd dancing with the people on stage, and they were clapping and cheering. It was actually pretty lit. Like, I can't even hate on it. I can't, because it was crazy. Like, the energy for Just Dance was a lot higher than Call of Duty, which, I mean, it's understandable, you know, a different crowd. They weren't really gamers per se. A lot of them actually seemed like dancers, and their style, they seemed like a dancing, you know, they seemed like dancers. So it's a little weird, but it was okay. It was actually pretty cool. But it was a little weird also because ESWC traditionally, at least the ones that I've been to, which were the last two, have been only Call of Duty. And this one had different games there, so the event layout was a lot different. It wasn't like in an arena like the other two were. It wasn't in an arena where there was like one main stage, the stages behind were the feature station and stuff like that. This was like an actual open event, and it felt like an MLG event. Not ran as well as MLG, but it felt like an MLG event. The atmosphere felt like it. Like there was an open bracket, there were a lot of stations. You know, there were a lot of teams there trying to get into the pro bracket. So it was like, felt like an MLG event. And honestly, I didn't mind that much. I prefer that layout to the old ESWC layout. But still, it just felt weird. I'm not really sure why. But all in all, it was pretty well ran. A lot of people had issues with the best of three only open bracket, which I can completely understand. Thankfully, we didn't have to go through the open bracket because that would have been a pain in the ass. But we got into pool play with our seeding, so, you know, it is what it is. United didn't even make it out of open bracket, which was pretty surprising. They won Atlanta and then didn't even make it out of open bracket, which, again, is surprising, but it's not even, like, that surprising because it's best of three, and anything can happen in best of threes, especially against good teams like that. Anything can happen. But moving on into our actual matches. These are going to be pretty quick and short and sweet because we dominated the winners bracket. Our pool play matches were a little bit closer, but our winners bracket matches were just all complete blowouts. So let's start off here. We had 3 pool play matches. We didn't have a single North American team come into our pool. We had 3 European teams. Our first match was against 3G, which was a 3-0. Oh, God, I got to stick to God. But we played 3G first, which was a 3-0. Pretty easy match. Didn't really put up too much of a fight against us. You know, we just clean swept them. It is what it is. That was it. We felt good. 1-0 in pool play. We expected to beat them. Didn't expect it to be a 3-0 like that, but it was. Moving on, we played the Red Reserve, or formerly known as Orbit EU. They had actually won the European event for Gfinity, so they beat Splice, they beat Infused out. You know, they beat all these other teams. Well, I don't know if they beat them, but I'm saying they beat them out in placing. So they beat all these other teams. So technically, a lot of people are saying they were the best team in Europe. They put up a pretty good game against us, honestly. They took us to last map. I felt like we had a pretty off series there. It wasn't anything crazy, though. Like, going into 5th map, I wasn't really too worried. I still felt like we were going to win. But it was just weird because I think we lost the uplink to them. I want to say we lost the uplink to them, but it could have been the hard point. I don't even know. Oh, no, we went 9-0 in hard point, so it had to have been the uplink. I think we lost the uplink to them. Which, I mean, it's whatever. Uplink it can be hit or miss. Most of the time, we're pretty consistent at it. We went 6-1 map count and uplink at the tournament. So they were the only team to beat us in uplink, so props to them for that. Still ended up beating them 3-2. Our last map was Crusher, which is one of our better S&D maps. So, like I said, we weren't really worried going into last map. We still thought that we had it. Or was it Crusher? No, it wasn't Crusher. It was Retaliation. It was either Retaliation or Throwback. I actually can't even remember because that was a long time ago, and I'm pretty tired, like I said. But Crusher was 2nd map, and they beat us on that. Oh wait, no, that was against Epsilon. We did play Crusher last map against Orbit. I'm sorry. We played Crusher back-to-back series. Moving on into Epsilon. This was probably our hardest match of the tournament. We beat them 3-1, but it was still our hardest match of the tournament. Both of the hard points where we only beat them by like 30 points or so. So they kept the hard points both extremely close. So props to Epsilon. I wasn't expecting them to be like our hardest match of the tournament at all. I was expecting like Envy, FaZe, United to be like a last map game or something like that. But Epsilon actually put up a really, really good fight. They were actually pretty good. So props to Epsilon. Beat them 3-1. Went 3-0 in pool play. Pretty much expected. We usually have some trouble sometimes on pool play, but we didn't this tournament. So we were like, all right, nice. We made it through pool play 3-0. Fantastic. That's always great to see whenever that's coming out of us. So moving on into winners bracket, now we were like, all right, let's fucking go. Now it's actually time to try actual tournament time. Let's turn up on these fools. First round, play Envy. Clean sweep. Absolutely dominating the competition. I don't even know what to say. I mean, Envy us. I was expecting a closer match, but it was pretty much a steamroll. They're a good team, don't get me wrong, but we just played outstanding in that match. Moving on, in the next round, we played against Infused. Again, I was expecting a good match. Infused, really, really strong team from Europe. One of the stronger teams in terms of players. Their teamwork's always been pretty good as well. And we just 3-0'd them quick as hell as well. Like, we didn't lose a single map in the winners bracket. That's why I said that this video is going to be so short, because it's like every single match that we played in winners bracket was just a quick 3-0. Like, quick. Because they didn't even allow bathroom breaks until, I think, after the third map. So we weren't even going to the bathroom mid-series. And we were just straight cooking people. Straight putting them on the back burners. Cooking people, man. It was crazy. So 3-0 Infused. Again, pretty easy match. Not really too many difficulties. And if I just can toot my own horn really quick, I had a 2.31 SND or KD and SND in winners bracket, so I was pretty hyped. That's pretty nuts. We only played 4 maps, but still, that's crazy because we played Envy, Infused, and FaZe twice, like all really good teams. I was pretty hyped about that. A lot of people would give me flack about SND, but I turned up on them real fast. So Infused, yeah, beat them 3-0. 6-0 map count at this point in winners bracket. Next, moving on to play FaZe. This was the match that everyone wanted to see. This is the match that we wanted. We've been having a lot of issues with FaZe over the past couple of years, but I think that we finally got their number in this game. We 3-0'd them pretty easily again. I think we 100-point clubbed them in the hard point. In the first series, I think we 6-4'd them in the S&D, and then the uplink came down to overtime. But even then, it felt like we still had control of the game pretty much throughout the whole game. They were just getting the points, and we weren't getting those final kills that we needed. There were like 1 or 2 kills that we would need for points pretty much every single push we had. We just couldn't finish off those last 2 kills, but it still felt like we had control. It didn't feel like we were getting like beat by any means, but still beat them in overtime in the last 20 seconds in the uplink. Now, moving on. Playing FaZe again in the grand finals. This was to be expected from my personal opinion. Envy got knocked out. The team that I expected to play in the grand finals was either FaZe or Rise. Those were the only 2 teams in it that I really thought would come out of the losers bracket. If anyone else did it, it would pretty much be an upset. So playing FaZe again, I mean, the same story. Beat them pretty easily in the first hard point. The SND was a mopping. We like 6-2'd them in the SND, or 6-3 on retaliation. Just absolutely destroyed them on that. And then third map uplink was even worse than the SND. Crim dropped a 40 bomb, and we beat them, I think, 15-3 to close out the tournament. So like I said, this was the most dominant that I've seen us in a very long time. I think that Atlanta really gave us our confidence back and really gave us that chemistry that we've been lacking for the past couple of events. And a lot of people were like, you guys haven't won a tournament in a while, and it's like, well, we haven't really had that many opportunities to win one, so I wasn't really that worried about it. We've only had 3 tournaments so far in IW, so it's not like we had a crazy amount of opportunities, but nice to finally get the win under the belt. I want to thank everyone for supporting, everyone that was with us whenever we were like, oh, we're having a little bit of a tough year so far, I haven't really won anything, but we're back. I feel like we're back. I feel like we're better. And honestly, I feel like if we play like we did at ESWC, like if we play at that level, nobody's beating us at a tournament. I'm sorry, we were just untouchable. Like not even Gaston, not even like ego or anything. We were just crazy good at that tournament. We went 9-0 in hardpoint, 6-2 in search, and 6-1 in uplink. So what's that? 21-3 map count throughout the whole event, which is pretty crazy. But thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please drop a like. Really helps out the channel. So again, sorry for the late upload. But as always, guys, this is your boy Scump. Enjoy the rest of your day. Later.